Hey everyone, today I am extremely excited to be interviewing the extraordinary Cristy Burne once more. Cristy is an author of the amazing award-winning books, The Cosmic Adventures of Alice and Bob, Off the Track, Zeros and Ones, and many more. I believe that Cristy is inspirational because she is passionate about science and education, and she runs a lot of workshops and presentations for schools to get young writers and readers excited about STEAM, writing, and reading. Cristy, thank you so much for letting me grill you.
Thank you, Imani. It's so amazing to be back again for another year of Booktober.
Yay! Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's such a great initiative, so well done.
Oh, thank you. You have such crazy adventures. What would be your ultimate travel destination, real or imaginary?
So I did think about this question in advance, and I have the most boring answer, Imani. I really like being at home. And I think maybe that's because of lockdown. So when we were locked down, we were like living at home all the time, and you just appreciate what you have in your home. Like, I'm so grateful for a flushing toilet. I'm so grateful to have a garden and pot plants and my kids. So yeah, I feel like if I have a pen and a paper and a sunny day, that's my ultimate destination. It's just to be able to adventure anywhere in our imaginations. We're so lucky, right?
Oh,
so I know that's not like exotic, but it is true.
that's still an amazing adventure too. Writing is
Right? You can go anywhere because you can imagine it.
Exactly. Like, you want to go to a mountain? Why not? Now, onto your incredible books. You have a new book, Beneath the Trees.
Yay!
Can you tell us a bit about it and give away some spoilers?
This book is a total spoiler already because it's not out until February, and I got a copy of it last week. So I am so excited. There's a spoiler right there. So this book is set in the Queensland rainforest, and it's the one place in the world where you're almost guaranteed to see wild platypus. So cute. Imani is so cute. It's like the cutest. They're only about this big, but they're perfect in every way. They're like so meticulously put together. They've got like webbed toes and this cute little duck bill, and they're so adorable. So that book is about a family adventure that we had in the rainforest. And as you know, because you are also a writer, things have to go badly wrong in stories. So it is about a really awful day that we had in real life where I thought, I have killed my whole family. I thought, oh my gosh, we're all going to die. This is the worst. And then after that experience, I just went home and started writing this book. And it was very quick to write because it was so horrible to live. But yeah, it's a really fun book, and it's I'm so excited for it. So that's out in February with Fremantle Press. Oh. And it's like a partner. It's the same illustrator, the same clever illustrator who did To the Lighthouse and Off the Track. So they look really cool together. They're kind of like all the same stylings.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to order it. It's amazing.
I feel so lucky, right? I feel so lucky to work with such clever people. Frio Press are really wonderful. They can see the seed of an idea and help you to hone it and to make it better. So yeah, I feel very lucky to work with them.
Yeah, Frio's amazing. Frio Press is amazing. Yeah. You have just finished a book about Fiona Wood as part of the STEM Stars series. Did you get to chat with Fiona Wood while you were working on it?
Yes, this was amazing, Imani, like far out. She is an Australian of the Year. She's a National Living Treasure. She's the inventor of spray-on skin. She's a dedicated burn surgeon. So she's worked on thousands of people and saved thousands of lives and helped thousands of people, and her invention helps people all over the world. Like, she is such a wonderful, genuine, amazing person. And yeah, I got to work with her. It's like, yeah, it's an unbelievable experience, because she and I struggle with this, right? Because she's so cool that I feel like I just want to worship her, but she hates being worshipped. She's really humble, but she's just so inspiring that to be around her changes your life. And so writing this book, I had to really dive deep into her childhood, how she feels, how she reacts, her experiences, how she became the way that she is. So it was like living and thinking and dreaming Fiona Wood while I was writing this book. And yeah, I got to talk to her. I got to talk to her about her childhood, like why she got turned on to helping people, why she became the kind of person who wants to help others and to make a difference in the world. And, you know, like, we can all do that. We can all make a difference in the world. And that's one of the messages of this book. Like, you don't have to be an award-winning surgeon or an inventor, but you can be, right? You can be that, but you don't have to be that. So yeah, she was amazing. And she's so, like, she has no time, Imani. She's worse than us. I know this took ages for us to set up a time when we could work together, but she has no time. So she's like driving a car talking to me, and she's like, oh, I'm due at the hospital in 10 minutes. And I was like, don't you think you should go now? And she's like, no, I'll be fine. I'm just waiting in the car park. So she uses every single second of her life to live to the full, you know. And when she's tired, she has a rest, and when she's got energy, she gives that energy, and then she's just at it every day. She's amazing. So yeah, to work with her was such an honor and a privilege. I know, right?
That's an incredible person.
Yeah, and she's got like 6 children. So yeah, and she's a good parent as well. Like, she is such a dedicated parent. She drives her kids to all these different sport things. She's going to parent nights. You know, like, sometimes if you get busy, I know I feel like this. Sometimes I'm not there for my kids. Like, there's a parent night coming up and I can't go because I'm not here. And because we want to be the best parents that we can. And I think, yeah, the way that she juggles everything. And that's the other thing. Like, we want to live perfectly. We want to be perfect. We all strive to be really good at what we do, right? And she's got this beautiful balance where she strives for perfection, but she's at peace with the idea that she'll never be perfect. That's so cool, right? We can never be perfect. You know, like, we can't be. Perfect is impossible, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't strive for it. Like, world peace is impossible, but we should still try for it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's really inspiring.
Yeah, she sounds incredible.
Yeah. One of her favorite sayings is that today is great. Like, today is fine. It should be celebrated, but you shouldn't think that it's as good as it's going to get. You can always strive to make tomorrow better, to make the world better than it is today, even though today's great. So yeah, she's really inspiring.
When will this book be released? It sounds amazing.
It was released on Friday night. We had a launch. I know, and it sold out so quickly. We didn't even really get to advertise the launch because people are really excited for this book. It's not just a book, it's a series. So it's called Aussie STEM Stars, and it's a series of, like, books about Australian scientists and inventors who are heroes, who have made the world a better place. And it's like celebrating their lives and looking at how they got to be where they are. Yeah, it's such a cool series of books. You think, oh, maybe they were always smart, or maybe they were always rich, or maybe they were lucky. But then you read through and you realize, yes, there's luck, but there's also hard work and passion and, like, a belief that tomorrow will be better. And yeah, it's really inspiring.
Oh, that's so amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's really humbling to work with these amazing people. Yeah.
Out of all your books, which of the characters that you have written do you feel you relate to the most?
You mean like, do I feel I have most in common with, or I don't know.
The one you feel like you have most in common with.
It's hard to say because they're all like, I don't think I can write a character without having something in common with them, even the bad guys, because you have to know how they feel and how they respond and what drives them to act in the way that they act. So I kind of relate to all of them, I think. I feel like they're all my babies, you know. So even the bad guys I relate to. I know that's not a very you can't ask me to choose one character over another, Imani.
Yeah, that's a great answer though. Yeah, all of mine have a little piece of me. Even the villain.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, even my villain, but I'm not gonna tell you who they are because that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, well, because there's that idea that we all have the capacity for evil and we all have the capacity for good.
yeah,
And it's the choices that you make and it's the way that you act that defines your character. So
yeah, because everyone has a potential for evil in them, but it depends on whether you act on that or not.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah.
It's all about your perspective.
Yeah.
Any of the characters you've written have a little bit of other people you know in them, or
Are you asking any of them based on you? Not yet.
no?
Yeah, but they're all based on
Definitely not.
someone. They're all yeah, they're all based on someone. They're all based on bits and pieces of people I know. And even I think the hardest part is when they're based on, like when they're 80% based on a true person and that true person reads the book and says, am I that character? And you have to, no, you're not, because you know, it's not a person, it's a made up thing, but it's 80% you. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be quite awkward when the person
Yeah,
is a
exactly,
character
right.
of
Yeah,
your book.
yeah. And because characters have flaws, and the flaw that the character has is not necessarily the flaw that your real life person has, but you you're making it up. So don't be offended if if you think that you're a character in my book.
Now we are on to the speed questions.
Woo!
What are you
I tried
writing
to go faster this year, Imani, because last year we talked for so long. It was like a 1 hour interview. So this year I've tried to go faster.
It was
good?
my fault. I like to talk too much. I'm a very talkative. What are you writing at the moment?
I am writing a book called Wednesday Weeks and the Crown of Destiny, which is the second book in a series that is coming out with Hachette Australia next year. And it's co-authored with Dennis Knight. And it's like fantasy meets science. It's super fun and super magical.
That sounds awesome. Have you
Yeah.
tried a new flavor of ice cream lately that you love?
No, because I always buy the same kind of ice cream, which is I always buy the Buller chocolate coated vanilla, and I eat those all the time. And sometimes I get like the honeycomb one or the mint one, but mostly I get the vanilla. Sorry, creature of habit. Have you?
No, sadly not. Although I'm about to try cookies and cream for the first time, but celiac one.
Oh,
Excited.
I know, that'll be awesome.
Which book character do you or have you had a crush on?
I think I had to think really long and hard for this one, but I think probably Peter from the Secret Seven. Was that his name? He was like the leader of the Secret Seven, the oldest one. Yeah, it's been ages since I've had a crush on a book character because I wrote like 12-year-olds. It'd be really wrong for me to have a crush on a book character. And I mostly read children's books as well, right? So I haven't read an adult book in a long time.
What was your worst subject in school?
I don't know if you know this, but I failed my creative writing assignment in year 8. So maybe English.
Well, you're so amazing at it now, though.
Never give in. Keep trying. And also personal taste, right? Maybe it was just that teacher who didn't like what I was writing.
You never know.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite or most inspirational author this year?
This year, right now, this very moment, every night at bedtime, I'm reading to my son The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which I haven't read for years. Have you read it?
Yes, it's amazing.
Isn't it amazing? And it's like 50 years old, 70 years old, I don't know how old. And it's really so well written and crafted. And as I'm reading it to him, I'm like, this is great. This is really good. This feels, you know, good to the twists and the turns and the cliffhangers. So, yeah, I know he's quite an antiquated writer, but I'm enjoying rediscovering Narnia.
Amazing. Would you prefer to be isolated on an island or in a forest?
I thought about this one as well. Can I have a forest that's on an island?
Yeah, that can count. That can count. What's the weirdest place or thing you've gotten inspiration from for your writing?
The weirdest place or thing. You know how I said in this book something really terrible went wrong? Well, that thing was a carnivorous worm, maybe this big, teeny little leech. And it started with one leech, and then it got worse and worse and worse. So I found that really inspiring in a horrific way. Yeah, in a really awful way.
It was leeches.
Hundreds of leeches, Imani, hundreds.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, and you have to like grab them with your fingernails and they pull your skin, like, because they're attached and you have to try and pull them off. But inspiring.
Inspiring. If you could live in any book, which one would you pick?
Again, I don't know if I would like to live in a book because they're full of bad stuff happening. I would like to live in the final chapter of a book, maybe, where it's all like happily ever after and, you know, some happy resolution. But books are full of terrible things. So if I had to live in a book, I would like to live in a book where I had special powers or access to some kind of really cool machine.
That's awesome.
Like time travel, or maybe I could fly or something. That would be fun. Where would you go? What book would you go in?
Oh, that's so hard. I love them all. But, I can't pick.
But if you had to actually live in that book, it'd be dreadful.
Unless it's... I would probably go Euphoria Kids. It's really nice. There's not a single bad thing. Not a really terrible, treacherous thing happens. It's really, really joyous and happy and has a lot of queer people in it. So it's amazing.
Perfect. That sounds good. Because most books are full of, yeah, like betrayals and and, you know, avalanches and, yeah, fight scenes. I'm terrible at fighting. I would just cry. So I would not live in a book.
They're trying to hunt you down.
Yeah. It's not for me. I just want a cup of tea.
What's your biggest achievement so far?
My kids.
Oh.
That's the hardest thing that I've ever done. And still is. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Really, yeah, but they're pretty cool people. So I'm reaping the benefits now, I think. I hope.
Do you have any advice to share with young writers?
Loads, so much advice. Lots of advice. Too much advice, maybe. But you already know all this advice. So read, write. Don't give up. keep trying to be perfect, even if you'll never be perfect. And then at some point, give up on being perfect totally and just start submitting to competitions and just keep trying and trying. Not crying. Crying. My advice to young writers, just keep crying and crying. But, yeah, you know, like you've got to have some crying, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just if you love it, keep doing it, and you won't always love it. You don't love everything. I don't even always love chocolate coated vanilla ice cream. Sometimes I do have, you know, mint or orange, and they're disgusting.
Thank you so much for letting me grill you. This was amazing.
Oh, you are amazing. You know how I was saying before about how it's really humbling to work with people who inspire you? Well, you are also one of those people, Imani, and I'm sure that when people watch your podcasts and interact with you, that they'll come away feeling the same buzz that I now feel. So yeah, thank you for having me and for having me back. And I hope to chat with you before next year.
Oh, thank you. You inspire me. I hope I can be as amazing as you.
Isn't that cool though, when people, yeah, I didn't feel inspiring, but it's, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. When people say you're inspiring, but you're
really
like,
nice. Yeah, it's good to have that energy that people can bounce off each other and come away feeling even more energized. So yeah, thank you.
make sure to check out Cristy Burne on her social media and buy her fantastic books.
Thank you, Imani, and I'll see you next time.